Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Today I have the pleasure to introduce you to SX1000 from AudioThing. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Additionally, if you would like to support what I do, please do check the instruction contained in each video description. Thank you again. So, SX1000, an emulation of the Italian synth JEN SX1000, released in the late 70s. So, a lot of work has gone into emulating the internal chips of that particular synth. As you can see, we are running it inside AUM, so AUv3, but it runs also standalone in various platforms, as normally is the case with all the AudioThing apps. I'm using an iPad Pro M1 chip. You can see the CPU usage is quite low, even when I start to play with it. 2-3% is actually quite low, which is really good. And you can run it as AUv3, of course, but also when you search for it inside a host like AUM, you can see it comes in the audio unit version, also interrupt audio as well. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to use the audio unit version, and we're going to connect it to my external Akai controller. Okay, so traditional interface from AudioThing in terms of the layout is very simple. So if you used those applications before, then yeah, great. You click here where it says init. It's great that it comes with init at startup time, which is great. You have banks, factories, and preset, right? And yeah, some end sequences as well, because it has also an arpeggiator. You can see the section down here where it says ARP. Okay, so it's quite good. You have a hold feature as well on the arpeggiator, which I really like, because you just press the key and let it go, and then it continues to hold that. But it changes as well as I change the key on the keyboard. So. And of course, you press on the hold again to disable it. But back here to the keys. So it has additional features, of course. It's not just a simple emulation. You can see sub-oscillator here, some more also legato option and so on. So it's just an enhancement, of course. As always, you can save, delete, and randomize as well. And yeah, you can lock parameters as you change. Preset. You have oversample as well. Of course, as you do that, of course, you will use a little bit more CPU. But it's actually quite generous. Here you can turn, in terms of actually not using a lot of CPU. So it should be awfully good on older iPads. You can turn it on and off here. And of course, in these traditional hamburger menu, you have all the other options which you are used to in terms of actually the AudioThing app. Now, as you can see here, you have a VCO section where you can tune. Okay, so let's go to a simple analog piano. Okay, like so. We click outside the VCO here. You can adjust in semitone. Double click as always to reset it. You can adjust the octave. Which is great. And then, of course, you can adjust the waveform, which is great. Pulse width, okay, adjustment, and of course, level as well. You have an LFO here, which you can adjust in terms of actually speed. You have VCF here, traditional control for frequency, resonance, your LFO, the environment level, and then your ADSR in terms of attack decay and sustained release for your filter. You have noise here and level, and then glide option here as well. And then a VCA, which with your typical ADSR and output volume. So it's quite straightforward in terms of using it. And of course, a sub-oscillator, where you can set the level and the octave. Velocity in terms of filter and volume, which is great, and then some property for your keyboard in terms of priority, your note priority, your band range, if you want polyphonic or not, and legato and glide. I must admit there is quite a lot to use a glide in the internal presets. Then some extra here, some on the LFO waveform, the saw shape, which you can change, enable to key tracking, then enable the MM5837 chip noise emulation. At the bottom here you have a view of keys, which of course you can change up and down, traditional band and wheel control. You have the ARP section here, on and off, hold, which I explained a moment ago, mode up and down, random, very, very standard. Bar reset after 1 bar 2 or 4, which is great. The range in terms of octave, the speed, the velocity, last or each, the note order as played by pitch, and then the chord option, right? It's very, very straightforward. Here you have then also some effects like in terms of tape, echo, your wave folder, your flanger, and spring reverb. Really great. Click here, cost to enable. Let's have a look here in terms of AU parameter exposed. You can see quite a lot. So that is actually good to see all the parameter exposed. Really, really great. And yeah, let's randomize. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you can randomize and keep randomizing until you find something that you like. Why don't we try some of the pad, see what they sound like. Interesting. In terms of changing between preset, you can hear it leaves a little bit of artifacts from the previous preset in terms of changing the settings. So it's not a smooth change, but doesn't matter. It's great in terms of emulation. Great, sounds really great. So yeah, piccolo, which I would probably guess in terms of sound. It goes without saying you can create some very interesting 80s type of sound. like to change preset, but also to customize to what you need, right? There are very interesting keys as well. Really interesting. So why don't we add a bit of spring reverb? Then we enable the arpeggiator. You can have a lot of fun. I really, really like. There is a nice ice plaque here as well, which is great. So. Yeah, quite good, don't you think? So it's quite great. Of course, there are effects, lots of them. You can hear in the preset I just played the effect of changing noise. Of course, you had a long decay. So this is called TV. really great. So you have a lot of different basses that you can try, of course. Yeah, quite great. Let's try a few more leads. Yeah, sounds absolutely great. Why don't we try a few more pads as well? So, yeah, a few chords. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Just an introductory tutorial and demonstration of the SX1000. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, see you next time. Bye.